Welcome back to the channel. The United States of America quarter dollar from 1994 is a classic piece of modern American coinage that continues the long-running Washington quarter series. Minted at a time when the traditional eagle reverse design was still in use, the 1994 quarter represents one of the final years before the historic shift to the 50-state quarters program that began in 1999. This gives the 1994 issue a special place in the timeline of U.S. coin design. On the obverse, the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932. His profile faces left, capturing the firmness and resolve that Washington symbolizes in American history. Above his portrait appears the inscription Liberty, a word deeply embedded in the American identity, while "In God We Trust" rests neatly to the left of the profile. The date 1994 stands at the bottom, marking its place in the final decade of 20th century traditional quarters. The reverse showcases the iconic heraldic eagle, a design that served American coinage for more than 6 decades. The eagle stands proudly with its wings partially spread, perched atop a bundle of arrows that symbolize strength and readiness. Below the arrows lies an olive branch, a symbol of lasting peace. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum curve above, while quarter dollar is positioned at the bottom. Together, these elements create a powerful image of national pride and purpose. The 1994 quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad alloy, giving it a strong, silvery appearance while maintaining durability. This material choice was introduced in the mid-1960s to replace silver, reflecting the nation's economic adjustments and its commitment to producing long-lasting circulating coins. The reeded edge, a hallmark of higher denomination U.S. coins, helps prevent counterfeiting and adds a touch of texture and elegance. Quarters from this year were minted at multiple locations, including Philadelphia and Denver, each marked by a mint mark, P or D, just beside Washington's ponytail. Coins from the San Francisco Mint were also produced as proofs for collectors, showcasing higher levels of detail and mirror-like finishes. In circulation, the 1994 quarter served countless Americans in everyday transactions, from vending machines to grocery stores, public telephones, buses, and arcade machines. Its usefulness and widespread distribution make it a nostalgic reminder of the pre-digital economy, when pocket change played a central role in daily life. For collectors, the 1994 quarter is valued for its condition rather than scarcity. While common in circulated grades, examples in mint state conditions with sharp details and bright luster can still be appealing additions to Washington quarter sets. Proof versions are especially admired for their clarity and beauty, offering a premium, polished glimpse into the mints. The 1994 Washington quarter represents an era when the classic design was still a daily sight across the United States, before the flood of state quarters changed the look of American pocket change forever. This coin held a familiar presence that people instantly recognized. Its design, unchanged for decades, offered a sense of continuity that connected generations of Americans. In the mid-1990s, the quarter remained the most frequently used denomination in coin-operated machines. From newspaper stands to laundromats, vending machines, pay phones, and arcade cabinets, the 1994 quarter played an active role in the rhythm of everyday life. Holding one today brings back memories of a pre-digital world powered by small change. Collectors appreciate the 1994 quarter because it sits at the end of a long historical cycle. Just 5 years later, the famous state quarter program would begin, making the earlier eagle reverse design a closed chapter. For this reason, 1994 quarters serve as reminders of the final breaths of a classic design tradition. The portrait of George Washington, on the obverse, is not simply decorative, it represents one of the most respected figures in American history. His calm yet determined expression conveys stability, leadership, and dignity, qualities that shaped the nation's founding. The detail in his hair, cheekline, and clothing shows the mint's dedication to preserving artistic quality, even in mass production. The reverse side's eagle is powerful in its symbolism. With wings angled upward and slightly spread, the bird displays readiness and alertness without aggression. It balances the olive branch of peace with arrows representing defense, suggesting that the nation is prepared to protect peace when necessary. The phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, reinforces the idea of unity. This message resonates deeply with the purpose of American currency, which circulates in every corner of the country regardless of background or region. The 1994 quarter carries this message in every transaction it once made. Minting technology in the early 1990s was advancing, and the strikes on many 1994 quarters are crisp and clean. This means many examples still show sharp detail, especially in uncirculated condition. Collectors often look closely at Washington's hair curls or the eagle's feathers to judge the strength of the strike. Despite being a common coin, the 1994 quarter has its share of interesting varieties and minor minting quirks. Small differences in die wear, strike strength, or mint marks make collecting these quarters engaging for hobbyists who enjoy searching for the finest possible example. The clad composition, copper core with nickel-plated layers, creates the familiar two-tone edge visible on every 1994 quarter. This construction was designed not only for economy but also for durability, allowing the coins to withstand years of heavy use without significant corrosion. When new, a 1994